Let's see. Welcome to You Have Interaction. Rudy Rude. Blah, say, blah. He say, she say. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. Grown folks time. Grown folks time. Life, love, and all that other ish. Mm-mm-mm. Being an adult used to be. You being an adult used to look fun. It don't look fun no more. Good evening, everyone. Come on in. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's 10 o'clock where I'm at. What time is it where y'all at? I'm on the East Coast. Where y'all at? Mm-mm-mm. What's up, y'all? What's happening? Let me turn on my thing. Can y'all hear me well? There we go. That's probably a lot better. Yeah, man. What's up, y'all? Yo, chime in, man. We just talking grown folks talk. You know, adulting. You dig? Adulting is overrated. Heidi, I'm gonna be real with you. I 100% agree. I find myself now adulting so much that I be asking myself, hey, bruh, are you even enjoying your life right now? Do you even care about this adulting that you're doing? Will this, whatever the task that you're doing, will you even remember it a year from now, 2 years from now? And I had to start realizing, I was like, yo, I need to stop doing things that really don't matter. I've just been programmed for them to matter. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm not somebody that really likes washing dishes. That ain't really my ministry. I'm going to be honest with you. I could care less about washing some goddamn dishes. I don't. I will go get paper plates, paper cups, and I'll take out the trash. I got no problem with that. But I don't want to do tasks. You know how you see people just cleaning up every day, or people like, don't mess that up. It's like, look, life is too short. You know what I mean? Life too short, man. I'm at this beautiful space in my life right now where I'm like, hey, man, forget everything. If it don't bring me happiness and joy and doesn't kind of go with what I got going on in my life, I cut things out now. Family, friends, nonsense, whatever the case may be. And what's so wild is I realize now, listen, anything that I'm saying, if y'all relate to it, put it down in the comments, right? Because I think we got some grown people up here. As a matter of fact, before I get in here, let's see who we got in the house tonight. Ladies, fellas, talk to me. Where you from? If you're single, you know. I might even have some people call in, you know, because I want to see what y'all been going through, man. Because I don't know about y'all, but this world has been wild. And I mean, we're going to talk, when I put in the subject here what we were going to talk about, a lot of times we just talk about life, right? Life, love, family, friends. What else is there really to talk about? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I just kind of realized, like, whether you single or married or even out here dating, right? Everybody's going through something. Everybody. It really doesn't matter. The only people that seem like they ain't going through nothing is people that be like, oh yeah, I'm happy all the time. Well, all right. Well, I didn't get that. I didn't get that gene. You know, things. Real people go through things. You know. Who's single? La la Delio. You single, boo? What you single for? You single ready to mingle, or you just single like a Pringle? What's happening? Shout out to Lavera. All right, real quick. Some of y'all don't need to put in y'all ages because I can tell by your names how old you are. Man, it's some Otises up in here. It's some Eunices, some Abrahams. These are all dated names. I just want to be very clear. So some of y'all ain't gonna have to tell me how old you are. I can just tell by reading your name. Bless your hearts. Yeah, I find myself changing my mindset. Some things I'm not doing anymore. What type of things are you not doing anymore? What type of things have y'all adjusted to? Because I'll tell you my thing, right? Let's talk about dating right now. Whatever subject y'all want to talk about, we'll chime it in here. But let's take dating real quick, right? When something really good happens in your life, who do you tell it to? You know what I'm saying? Think about this. When something really good or really bad happens in your life, who's the first person when you like, hey, I want to tell this person and I know this person's going to listen to me. they're going to give me the feedback. If you got somebody that you can call like that, consider yourself blessed. Consider yourself blessed. Because if you think about it, we live in a world now where everybody is, if you look online, everybody is either super happy and successful or they're super busy. So we're in a world now where everybody pretends to be busy, right? But the people that need things from us, they call us up all day. Hey, can you do this for me? Help my kids, help do this. Can you blah, blah, blah? But are those same people pouring back into us? And I'll be honest with y'all, man, I had to cut some people out, and I just had to kind of distance myself from some people because I was like, hey, this is kind of like a one-sided relationship, shorty. I don't like the way this feels. I don't like to feel used. And I don't care if you my mommy, my daddy, my friend, sister, or confidant. I don't think anybody likes to be used. And we in a world right now where people will use you. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all feeling this, if you got people that's in your life right now that you feel like uses you, or people that you kind of just got out of your life, drop some hearts right now, man. Because that's kind of what we dealing with. You know what I mean? And I don't know, y'all. Like I'm not too old, but I'm also not too young, right? So I'm in a very ostentatious type of position to where I was kind of raised by older people, but I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that life doesn't seem the same as it did back in the 90s or even early 2000s. I feel like people hung around people more. I feel like everybody now is kind of like low-key crazy because we get all our information from the internet. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes from the internet. That's a big reason why these kids, you know, the generation, the 19-year-olds, the 18-year-olds, a lot of these kids are lost in the sauce. They didn't grow up how we grew up. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids are having a lot of mental problems. They can't put the phones down. They're very lazy, but a lot of them have never really experienced life outside of a phone. You ever see kids be raised by electronics? That's the generation we in right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like when I was 16, I already had my driver's license at 16. You understand? 15, I was already studying because I wanted to be an adult. I wanted to start getting around more self-sufficient. These kids now can't even catch the bus. I used to catch the bus when I was in high school. Bruh, I'm trying to tell y'all, these kids out here, man. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see. Adulting is overrated. Yeah, damn right. Let's see. Yes, Joy Journey, single. Midwest. Shout out to the Midwest. Shout out to Mama Crystal. Single, 46, Newport News. Mama Crystal. Shout out to Bad News. Mama Crystal. Mama 46 in Bad News. Shoot. Hey, I hope you in the good part of Newport News. Otherwise, Mama better have a bulletproof vest. It's rough out there. Whoever coming to see Mama better have a bulletproof car. He coming to pick you up for the date. You got drive-by shoot. Pop, pop, pop. Come on, get in the car. Let's go to Applebee's. Hurry up. Be careful. Let's see. No longer attending funerals. Okay. You're no longer attending funerals. Too much trauma. I put my family on notice about it. I just recently went to a funeral for my 89-year-old aunt, right? God rest her soul. And one thing I learned about my aunt was that she always wanted to get married. She never got married. She always wanted to get married. And when she was like 75, mind you, 5 years before she passed, right? She still was talking about getting married. This older man, like from her past, came back around after he'd been married 3,000 times and had a bunch of kids and was like, yeah, Eunice, I think I might want to marry you. And I'm thinking to myself, Auntie must really want to get, I guess, women got that thing in them where they like, no matter what, they want to get married. Cause I'm like, Auntie, why you want to marry, this fossil? I mean, she want a spring chicken herself, but I'm like, why you want to marry this rusty, dusty, David Ruffin type dude? I didn't know. But what I did learn from her funeral was that, life is very short. And part of the thing that I really love to do, I love just sitting up here talking to people about real life. Because back in the day, what we would do is sit down, play some dominoes, play some cards, listen to some music, put on the record player. Lord, I sound old as hell. But listen, I like a good record player. I don't care. I'll put some Marvin Gaye on that thing. You dig? I don't care. I think we could use a lot more old school in this world. You feel what I'm saying? And these are the type of subjects that I talk about on my YouTube channel, Top Rope Zeus, for those that, want to get into it. But anyway, I think we're going to try to chime in. I want to talk to some people, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. Super single. You super single, Tish? What does that mean? You got a cape on, baby? What's super single as compared to regular single? What's happening? Let's see. Big Jazz. Single Forest, Mississippi. Jessica Buckley is in Single Forest, Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi. My pops is actually from Mississippi. And when I tell you I've been to Mississippi, I never, listen, I felt the slavery on the back of my neck. I just felt like, Mississippi has a lot of history. I don't know how y'all do it out there in Mississippi because I couldn't live out there. It's just too slow for me. However, I like the people in Mississippi. The people in Mississippi are very cool, very laid back. You know what I mean? But I ain't really nothing to do with Mississippi except eat and hump. That's it. And shoot, I guess it depends on where you live in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I couldn't do that in Mississippi. I don't like fast life, but I definitely can't do slow life. Well, the next door neighbor is like 5 miles down. Somebody murder me. I can't do all that. Married, Illinois. All right. Shout out to Illinois. Married. How my married people doing? Are y'all happily married? Are we happily married? Or we're like, we're doing the best we can. When people married, or sometimes one person might be happy and the other person ain't. Damn, do I look that old? Nah, Crystal, you don't look that old, mama. You don't look that old, boo. You good. You Gucci, mama. Leafa, she talks to her best friend. Okay, best friend. You know what, though? For the ladies up here, right? It's kind of easy for y'all to talk to y'all best friend, right? Because guys, I don't know. I feel like fellas, we don't really be really talking too much about that kind of stuff. But I just kind of feel like people now make excuses of, well, I thought you was too busy. I don't feel like people really talk anymore. Because if you think about it, people can't stay off their damn phones. I hate when I'm trying to talk to somebody about real life stuff, like just a 5-minute conversation. And you can't even get that because their phone is binging and they're like, oh, I got to see who this is. It's like, you ain't that important. It's probably the same person that's been looking for you. I met my first 20-something Doreen the other day. I met my first 20-something Doreen the other day. I knew with that name she was 50. Oh, Doreen. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Doreen, that's a very interesting name. I wouldn't say that I would put that on the calendar, but look, to each his own. I like a freak that's grown. Talk about it. They be capping. I know, right? I had to distance my family. Yo, what is it about distancing your family that I feel like just is necessary right now? Like I look at it, right? And I don't know about y'all, but when I was younger, I felt like I had such a big family. We all got together. But as the kind of like it seems like every year, especially since the pandemic, family members, you're really seeing who's family and who's just relatives, right? Because to me, there's a big difference. Do y'all think there's a difference between being family and relatives? Because I do. I think relatives are people that are your blood, right? They're your bloodline. But I think family are the people that call in and check in on you. You know what I'm saying? Call in and check in on you. And I realized that recently I had some family stuff happen. Some real bad family stuff happen with one of my younger family members. And it dawned on me that this generation is very different, right? Like this generation they've been peeled up like depression pills. Everything they learn is on a phone. Yo, it's to the point where I have to beg 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds to look me in the eye when I'm talking to them because they're not used to direct human contact. You feel what I'm saying? And I realize that these kids have what's like a victim mentality. Like they have a very victim mentality where they think in every scenario, they're the victim. That, every life is unfair and blah, blah, blah. And I try to explain to them like, hey, listen, baby, ain't nothing new under the sun. It really isn't. Every bad thing that you've gone through, somebody has gone through it. It's nothing new. I can't say a lot of those things on TikTok, but y'all know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, damn, bro, a lot of us are really dropping the ball as parents. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these kids are jacked up mentally. The guys don't know how to groom themselves. They don't know how to talk to ladies. They don't open doors, and the dudes don't even know how to fight. Psst, talk about that. Listen, if I'm dropping jewels, man, listen, I appreciate the hearts and the roses. Let me acknowledge, because thank you for the roses. Oh, let me see. Yes, the roses. Thank you for the roses, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I noticed that it's like, damn, bro, I really care about people, and I think that's something that that's a gift and a curse for me. You know what I'm saying? I really care about people. But what I realize is we live in a world now where you can't love anyone who refuses to love themselves. You know what I mean? Thank you, Passion 4. I appreciate you, mama. We can't really love people that don't love themselves. And you got to think about it. These are grown people. Grown people who've never really experienced how to love themselves. And what I mean by that is, I was talking to this young lady, right? Super cool woman. But she's going through things. She was going through things. And I realized that our first time we started having conversations on the phone, ooh, it's going good. It's going good. Laughs and giggles, all that type of stuff, right? Then I noticed that every time we got on the phone, it's like she was dumping her day on me. You know what I mean? Like dumping her day. Now, don't get it twisted. I love conversation. I'm the type of person where I can listen to somebody and I can also talk. You know what I mean? But I realize there's a difference between when somebody's talking to you and when somebody's dumping their whole life on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look up and I realize we've been on the phone for an hour. And I ain't said nothing but three uh-huhs and two okays. And what she was going through was just a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just realized, like, wow, I got to kind of take a step back from her. Not because, she's doing anything wrong, but just because it's like, listen, when everybody's going through something, and it's hard enough for us to keep ourselves intact, every day. It's hard for a lot of us, right? So what do I look like? I can't carry your burden, is basically what I'm saying. I can't carry your burden. And I don't think you should carry mine. I don't. And I think a lot of relationships get thrown away because people think because you're in a relationship that now your life isn't your responsibility anymore. It's somehow the other person's responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Where they feel like, oh, because we're in a relationship or we're married now, it's like, damn, now I'm in charge of everything for you. I got to do your bills. I'm in charge of feeding you. I'm in charge of, if you have a bad day, now I have to go through have a bad day. I just don't think that to be true. I think we can be there for people that we love and like, right? But I think we got to take accountability. And it's even worse when you're trying to help somebody that bites your hand every time you try to help. That's the worst. Lord, I can't stand somebody that's going to tell me a problem and I can't chime in on the problem. You're going to bite my head off if I give you my answer or my perspective about what you're telling me about. Don't talk. Am I the only one that's like that? Don't talk my head off about something and then when I give you my feedback, oh Lord, I'm the worst person in the world. Why you feel like that? You want to bite my head off? You can't do that. You can't fill my cup up with your things you got going on. And then when I try to holler at you about it now, oh, you don't know what I don't agree. I didn't ask you to agree. Y'all notice that when you give people your perspective on things, right? And then they say things like, well, I don't agree with that. Well, I didn't request a degree. An agreement. I ain't request. This is free. I didn't request nothing. What I would like to request is you wrap it up. Because my mood was here when I got on the phone with you. And right now we in the basement. So now when I get off the phone with you, whatever you put on me, now I got to get that off me. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from energy drainers, y'all. Stay away from that. I drive through Mississippi. Everybody does. I'm in VA though. You know what I'm saying? I'm in VA though. Shout out to everybody, repping Virginia. As you can see, I'm a VA boy. Shout out from Las Vegas. Yeah, young Vegas. I love Vegas. I never do the casinos though because I just don't gamble. I'm a black man. I gamble every time I walk out of the house. I gamble every time I drive a car and the police pull me over. I gamble every time I walk down a white neighborhood. I'm a gambler. I just don't gamble with my money. That's all I'm saying. Don't gamble. You know, I even took the condom off one time and gambled and got me a child. I crapped out that day. Crapped out. Hey, man, shout out to Jamie, man. So it's the top of the year. It's the top of the year. And married 22 years. And I'm 45-year-old from Indiana. Married 22 years. What's that like? Hey, congratulations. What's that like? Lillian from Las Vegas. What's up, Lily? What's shaking, baby? Big Jazz, Big Facts. Are you from California? From ATL. Yo, I used to live in California for 4 years. I actually just moved back to Virginia, in the recent, when the pandemic happened, basically. But yeah, I lived in LA for 4.5 years, and I go back and forth too. But I do want to do more work in ATL, though, for sure. I do want to do more work, acting, things like that in ATL. Remember the answer machine when you had to wait to see who called? I miss a good answering machine. I miss a good answering machine. You know what it is? I miss when you didn't have your phone with you all the time because it's kind of like an obligation to pick up. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb now, and I don't feel the need to answer. Because most of the time, people just want to bother you or ask you for something. You know what I mean? I'm cool. 63 years old. Do I look like it? All right, I don't even play them type of games, Lillian. I don't know what a 63-year-old person is supposed to look like, but I'm looking at your thumbnail, which is about this big, and let me see what I can see just from the thumbnail. Let me just see. You 63. Let me see if you look fine. Hold on. I see some high cheekbones up in there. I see some high cheekbones. I may have took you to the sock hop back in the day. I may have, took you to the prom with the cummerbund. Who knows, Lillian? In another life? Why not? Let's see. So true. What do you notice? Do you notice the family that has come out of the woodworks? I wouldn't say I noticed family come out of the woodworks, but I would say this. I noticed that family is separating themselves when they do things they know they're not supposed to do. One thing, a bad habit, I don't know if any of y'all families have ever done this, but I have family members who, when they're in the wrong, instead of apologizing, right, and just moving forward, they go away from the family, right, and then they just don't say anything. And then they'll come back around out of nowhere and act like everything is okay. Yo, I swear to God, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And for me, it's like I noticed that a lot of women in my family, they just don't know how to apologize. It's very weird to me. It's very, because I apologize everything. Nobody's perfect. But I noticed that all the women in my family, even my mother included, are not the biggest people to admit when they're wrong. Right? And if you try to enlighten them or give them healthy critiques, I notice that they're resistant to that. They don't like it. And what I realize is a lot of women didn't grow up with their fathers. So they're not used to structure since the day they were born. They're not used to a man's voice hearing it every day they were born. They're not. Whereas a lot of us men are raised by our mothers. So we used to listening to women from the gate. You know what I'm saying? Having to adjust to, your mom this, your mom that, or your sister, put the toilet down. Like, we're used to having that woman influence. So, being around us. But a lot of women, a lot of women don't really meet a man until like 20s or 30s where a man is like, hey, listen, I'm a man. I believe in boundaries and structure and things like that, right? A man that the father should have been. So a lot of time I just feel like, it's very difficult for us men to meet women. And then when we do meet women that have father issues, which a lot of them do, and it's no thing, you can work through that, right? But if she's not actively working through it, if that's a door that she hasn't opened yet, I don't even go, no, baby, I got to go. I got to go. Why? Because I can't save you no more than you can save me. And we have to understand, like I said, it's about loving yourself. And it's like, People will be single and they will have so many things they need to work on, but instead of working on them, they rather just find somebody that will put up with what they need to work on. I feel like I'm preaching tonight. Lord Jesus, I need tithes and offerings, tithes. But yeah, it's like real. Do you ever feel like that? Like you meet people like, oh, I'm single. Like, yeah, I can see why. I see why you're single. You know what I'm saying? Dudes out here trying to date and they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Leave these women alone if you can't afford to date. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the women. Listen, baby, if you know that you going through some stuff, and every day you crying and, you got to work. You got father issues, mama issues, all kind of stuff. Baby, stay off the dating sites. And when men try to holler at you, say, hey, this ain't what you want. And then don't holler at them. Because I feel like it's one thing for everybody to be going through things, but I'm not trying to pass toxic on. Toxic is like germs. You sneeze on somebody, it's going to affect them. I don't want to sneeze on anybody. Let's see what y'all rapping about. Do y'all feel what I'm saying, though, about that? Like, do y'all have those type of situations going on when you dating people? If I'm hitting the core, let me know. Thank you, Passion Forever. I appreciate you. Big Jazz, what up, what up? Big Jazz. Joyce Jocelyn. Okay, Jocelyn is a, you don't hear a lot of Jocelyns either. What period would the name Jocelyn come from? I say like 80s, early 90s. Back when dudes was playing the keyboard, but it was sideways, babyface. Jocelyn sounds like, hey, Jocelyn, what's up, baby? Jocelyn? Yeah, it's Jocelyn. The one with the finger waves? Yeah, Jocelyn sounded like she had some finger waves back in the day. Just got of a relationship like that. Just got out of a relationship like that, I'm assuming. Shout out to Passion Forever. I appreciate you, mama. Thank y'all, man. Thank you. Let's see. Like nothing ever happened. Yeah, Cotton. Like nothing ever happened. Why do family people do that? And I'm a type of person where, listen, if you and I get into something, right, we have a disagreement, no problem at all, right? I'm mature enough where we can sit down and have dialogue. But it takes two people to resolve a situation. And a lot of times you might be the person that's ready to resolve it, but the other person is still, for whatever reason, still stubborn. Still just can't admit, oh, you know what? That day I was probably off. I apologize. That's on me. Or you know what? I didn't see it like that. I get it. And I think now when I'm dating now, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, but at this point, I can't even date and look at the physical too much. I got to really look at the personality. I really do, because people can be attractive, and as soon as they open their mouth, woo, And I know a lot of ladies been through this, because a lot of dudes talk themselves out the cookie. You know what I'm saying? But what doesn't get talked about enough is how a lot of women talk themselves out of a good dude. A lot of women, this is real. A lot of women talk themselves out of a relationship or force themselves, like where a dude might be really interested in them, but the woman wants to, take the wheel of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going fine. Y'all getting to know each other, and then she say, "Well, I like this guy. Let me speed this up." And she grabs the wheel, hits the pedal to the floor, and says, "Yeah, let's go 0 to 60." And then the dude, she be like, "Well, he doesn't call me no more." Exactly, mama. Exactly. Relax. You know what I'm saying? Real men don't let anybody speed up their train or their shift. That's just what it is, And as long as he's being good to you and y'all having a good time, sit back and relax. People be thirsty for titles, man. I don't get that. And ladies, let me know, and fellas too. I ain't trying to neglect my fellas out there for sure. But let me know, do men do that? Because I don't think men do that. I don't think men be trying to pressure you in relationships. And if they do, you might want to question that. It's probably one of them dudes that didn't get a lot of girls. So like, why you? Because none of my dudes be like, man, I can't wait to get in a relationship. That's just not something dudes sit around and talk about. If we get in a relationship, we like, yeah, man, yeah, got in a relationship, got me an old lady. No, she cool. But, oh, we getting ready to roll? Yeah. Okay, that's a bet. Anyway, man, let me check y'all out real quick before I get out of here. Can't stand to be corrected. That's right, Netitics. I know I'm probably messing up your name, mama. My apologies. Hello, handsome from Dallas. What's up, Lisa Harris? You better stop calling me handsome. I might kiss you in the mouth. What a cheat, it's kind of stuff going on. Let's just keep it safe. Start with a handshake. But I appreciate you, mama. Facts. Ranika, Rain. Preach then. Listen, man, if y'all enjoy what I got going on, man, first and foremost, thank y'all for the gifts. I do videos and things on my channel right here, so you can go check them out. But I also have a YouTube channel, Top Rope Zeus. And if y'all want me to do more of these lives, man, hit my message board and let me know what y'all got from this. And yo, I'll do more of these. And next time I want y'all to call in because I want to, answer y'all questions. Y'all might need, you might want an opinion from a stranger. A lot of times it's easier to talk to a stranger and get advice about a situation that they don't know all the characters on. You know what I mean? Less judgmental. So I appreciate y'all wherever you at. Stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed. And, watch who you kissing in the mouth because people don't be brushing their teeth. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Thanks for addressing both genders. Absolutely. And real quick about the genders thing. I'm not a man versus woman kind of person. I'm a human being, right? So I know that men and women, we all do the same things a lot of times. It's just sometimes one is prone to do more than the other. Everybody, it's not that whole man versus woman thing is played out. The fact of the matter is we all need each other. So everybody got to humble ourselves, right? Humble ourselves and remember that. We need a world where people are so gassed up about how many followers you have and things like that. And I make this amount of money. Yeah, but where your soul at, though? Where your soul at? You got a lot of money, but what are you doing with it? Are you making impact? Is the person you with feel safe around you? Come on, man. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all. It's a link in my bio if you want to check out my merch line. I have Live Your Dreams, Not Your Reality. For those who are dreamers and people who really, really, really want to ascend and you're working on something. Thanks, Jazz, for the road. Oh, shit, Jazz hit me with the bouquet. Big Jazz. Big Jazz. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I love y'all for sure. And hello from Cali. Look, man, shout out to Cali. I'll be out in Cali in a couple months too, man. Maybe sooner. Angela, what's up, Angela? Ranika Rain. How I wish that it would rain. Classic 40s. All right. I appreciate y'all. Same convo I had today. Yup. Well, listen, I'll get on this joint tomorrow, man. I'm going to tell y'all a story that happened to me this week. I'll probably be up here around the same time. And I'll put a video where it says when I'm going to come up. Y'all check me out. All right. Right, look at who you talking to. Yes, they do. Men have unresolved issues like women do. Yes, they do. But guess what? If men worry about their issues and women worry about their issues, then everybody be fine. Pointing at the finger at who hasn't done their homework. Well, men need to do this. Well, women need to do that. You need to focus on you. I'm going to be real clear. You need to focus on you. Because it doesn't matter if a woman has her stuff together. If I don't have my stuff together, the situation ain't whole. You know what I'm saying? We worried about too much stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's focus on the things that really matter. That's all I'm saying. Don't get too predicated upon the fact that we need to mention other people. We're the source. You dig? We're the source. And when we bring the right energy into the situation, things go right. Oh, yeah, they're trying to commit right quick. And I am like, you don't know my middle name. Chris, they trying to commit to you. What you doing to these fellas? You must be smelling too good or you treating them too good. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. You speak about ascension. Absolutely. I definitely speak about ascension, and that's something I'm definitely into and just bettering myself for sure. And I'm very transparent. I got stories for days about things I've been through that I'm sure y'all would dig. So anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And as always, my name is Top Rope Zeus. Live your dreams, not your reality. All right? Peace.